Hey, this is Chris from Rekkid Talk. So we've got a contest entry video. This is for the flip side with JC. And so he asked us to do a couple of things. One is going to be involving shoutouts, and I'll do some shoutouts here in just a moment. And then we're also supposed to show an album from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So I can do all of that. Let's do the shoutouts first. I'm going to do three shoutouts. These are three people. I think they're all fairly recent for me in terms of subscribing. Two of the three are very recent. I don't think I've ever shouted out any of these three before. So the first one is Whateverthing. Very new to posting. I think he has about two or three vinyl related videos. As of making of this video, he has 7 subs. I think I was number 4. Guy's name I believe is Carl. I saw the first video he made, at least in terms of records, was that Cheap and Cheerful contest about sort of reaching into records you already have, showing different genres. I think he looks like he's going to be a good channel, so get in on the ground floor. Next up is Sean Spins. Sean with a U, Shaun Spins. Right now at 102 subs. And typically his videos, he's done about 30 of them, I think. He usually bases like his entire video, and they're usually like around 15 to 20 minutes long, based on an album. He has a lot of his musical taste coincides with mine. There's quite a bit of alternative music, 90s sort of stuff. So his newest video is Tad. He's done Lemonheads. He's done Pixies, that sort of thing. It's not all that. I've seen some reggae and some other stuff there as well. Interesting guy. So Sean Spins. And then the last one is Clifford the Vinyl Cheapskate. And it's Clifford with umlauts over the O. Currently at 113 subs. Seems to be mostly a punk and metal guy. He's running a contest right now as well about your inner cheapskate. I'll be entering that one in a couple of days. I don't know if it's kosher to plug another contest within a contest, but I just did it. All right, so let's show the records. So what a lot of people have been doing is I've seen a lot of channels that'll be like, oh, 1972 is 50 years ago. Let's show our favorite albums from 1972. Or 1982 was 40 years ago. And so I'm not going to do the 2s, I'm going to do the 7s. So 77 was 45 years ago, 87 was 35 years ago, 97 was 25 years ago. And so all three albums I'm going to show, they're going to be 1977, 1987, and 1997. And I pulled the wrong record, so I'm going to pause and be right back. Okay, I'm back. And so I had pulled a Deep Purple record, but that record wasn't from 1977. I wanted to show the most 1977 record that there could possibly ever be. So I'm going to show you the original soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever. You've got the Bee Gees, Tavares, Yvonne Elliman. It's Disco-tastic. Gateful, John Travolta. And this would also fit in Clifford the Vinyl Cheapskates contest, because this is something I got for $2 at the local record store. He had a day where he had just gotten in an estate. He had a bunch of stuff he hadn't even priced and sorted through yet, and he let me look through it. And then I pulled that and a few other albums, and he said, "Oh, I'll sell you these 3 albums for like $5." Next one. This would also work for the Cheapskate contest. The Del Fuegos Stand Up from 1987. So some Boston area. They're not really alternative. They would be more sort of like your roots rocky sort of group, sort of like the Hooters. Seem to be a pretty similar group from similar time period. Maybe you group the Rainmakers and Georgia Satellites with them. They're a little bit more Midwestern and Southern. Of course, the Del Fuegos are probably most well known for opening for the Violent Femmes at the very first all ages show that Juliana Hatfield ever went to, with her sister who doesn't exist. So, Del Fuego Stand Up 1987. I got this for $1. It was at an antique store where the guy knows his 60s and 70s, and if something's from the 80s, he doesn't know what to do with it, and prices are cheap. And then finally, this one is not for the Vinyl Cheapskate, because this is a brand new reissue that I bought recently. So this is Slater-Kinney, Dig Me Out, from 1997. So in my opinion, this was the first of the run of great albums that Slater-Kinney made, starting in 97, going up through 2005. And then they went on hiatus. Their first album after hiatus was great. What's true about all the great Slater-Kinney records is Janet plays the drums. And once there's no Janet, it's not so great. So, there you go. Some shout-outs, some records from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So for JC Flipside.